All right, this is the last video from the Arcane Library box that I ordered. And it's actually going to be two things. First up, Cursed Scroll number 3. Bet you saw that coming. So if you have watched my recent videos on this unboxing series, you'll know that I picked up ShadowDark kind of as a more rules-light option for when I want to run Dungeon Crawl Classics but don't necessarily want to dive as deep into a game with as much going on as Dungeon Crawl Classics has. So I'm going to try ShadowDark. When I ordered it, I was ordering it direct from Arcane Library. I figured I'm just going to, go in and get all the core stuff that I need. So I got the basic book, I got the Curse Scrolls, and I got one other thing, as well as some digital stuff. There's a few other things on the website that I may order. If I end up liking it, I may end up ordering some other stuff. We'll see. So this is the Isles of Andric. Midnight Sun. I think this is like the more Viking style thing. So we had like demons and swamps and slimes and stuff, deserts, and I'm assuming like gin and that sort of thing. And now we have Vikings and islands and oceanic adventures. So here's our credits again, which I think are showing up. And let's see what's inside. We've got some more cool black and white line art. Let's take a look at the table of contents. What do we have? Yeah, the Islands of Andric Encounters, introduction, the Seawolf class, the Seer class, some kind of psychic, whatever. Titles, so only 2 new types, apparently, 2 new classes. Nord backgrounds, Nord names, the old gods. I'm assuming that's all basically Viking-y, Norseman type stuff. New gear, boats, oaths, reinforcements, Wartwick Monastery, Arctic Sea Encounters, and we have, magic, Seer spell list, Seer spells. The Isles of Andric, we have seasons and sea travel. Isles of Andric hex key, cool. New monsters. And then Horde of the Sea Wolf King, with the usual adventure stuff. And then on the back, Sea Wolf Plunder from Distant Lands. That's what we have on our chart on the back cover. And so we have our Sea Wolf, the Seer class. Even the Seer class is only a two-page spread. Let's see, backgrounds, the old gods. It's the usual suspects. Let's see, some new gear and rules and such. Oh, that's cool. Just a location. Arctic Sea Encounters. Yeah. Magic. Here's some new spells. And what I was kind of curious about. Oh, what's this? Okay, that's just a little bit of setting info. Those new monsters. The Draugr, the Lesser Drake, the Dverg. I can't speak Scandinavian. I went to Denmark a couple of years back, and travel teaches you a lot about yourself. And boy, being in Denmark taught me that I cannot wrap my tongue around Norse language. In print, a lot of times it's because it's got a lot of connections to Germanic languages, has a lot of connections to English. So you can look at words and be like, I know what that means. But boy, when you hear it, nope. Sea nymph, werebear, cool. I don't have, sadly, I don't have an ear for language at all. A troll. I've loved my time in France, but I have like a mental block when it comes to speaking French, and I think my block on Scandinavian is physical. I don't think I can make my mouth do the things that I need to. Anyhow, it's cool. So that's Curse Scroll number 3. And as I said, I have actually 2 things. And the last is the ShadowDark GM screen, which I went back and forth on. I don't typically use GM screens, but I did use one when I was running Dungeon Crawl Classics, and it was kind of handy to have. And I got to thinking it might be nice to have, just even for part of it's for mood, honestly, because of the art. And look at that art. That's really cool. And then we have, the information that we have on the back here. I rarely, because I tend to run games out of a handwritten notebook and 3x5 cards, a lot of times I don't even think to look up at the screen when maybe it would be appropriate to do so. But I do like it. I like being able to have, if I'm going to have handouts or if I'm going to have monster tokens or something like that, I like to be able to have that behind the screen so that I can just bring it out and it be a surprise. But we'll see if I actually end up using the screen or not, for more than just an art installation, so people can have some moody art to look at. So anyway, that completes my box from the Arcane Library. Because I ordered direct from them, I also got the stuff in PDF. I don't really do PDFs, but it's a nice thing to have, especially if I want to make some handouts out of anything. So anyhow, there we go. That finishes off my look at this stuff from the Arcane Library. I'm going to try to read ShadowDark coming up. I am currently reading something that I'm not particularly enjoying, so we'll see if I can muscle my way through it and then pick this up next. And we'll see if I can manage to get anything at all to the table in 2025. But if I can, ShadowDark is certainly on my list of games I'd like to have at the ready. So that's my part of my reason for wanting to read it sort of as soon as possible. All right, until next time, as I said in several videos back, I guess by this point, I don't know what the future is going to look like on this channel and how what my frequency of video releases is going to be, because money is what it is, space is what it is, and I probably won't have as much new stuff coming in. However, I do know coming up for me in a couple of weeks, time of recording, is Free Comic Book Day, and I always pick something up when I'm out at Free Comic Book Day, and I'm sure I'll do a video about that. And a couple months after that is Free RPG Day, and I'll definitely be checking that out. I think there's at least 2 and possibly 3 locations that I'm going to be able to get to on Free RPG Day. Fingers crossed. We'll see how that plays out. And I do love being in the city because I can get to 2 of those in the time it would have taken me just to get to one of them when I was living out in the suburbs. So, huzzah. Anyhow, we'll see. And, I may try to do some videos where I rant about some other subject. We'll see. People sometimes respond to those. You never know. Until next time, take care.